birthdays are really a blessing
Mm.
because no one's promised tomorrow. And so to be able to see another year when so many have not, that's something. That's pretty awesome.
Because life is it truly is a gift. It's a gift. And being able to just appreciate the moment, appreciate the opportunity to see another birthday and what that year is going to hold. But I always see it as a reset too. This is a new year, a new opportunity. This is for you to live your best life. I just always see it as you've been given another gift of a year. Now, what are you going to do with it? So really, I think when you get to that point in your life where you're just like, this ain't really work. This is my passion. If you're in that state in your life where you are living your passion, to me, that's your best life. You purpose and passion. Boom.
Really?
Best life. Failure is actually fertilizer.
Right.
It's
Right.
fuel.
Yeah.
It's that drive. It's the thing that's going to push you, because as many times as I've failed at something, it's taught me a lesson that's transformed me, has changed me. I would say this, that as long as you have breath in your lungs,
Girl,
you have the ability to start again.
you cannot give up on yourself because people are rooting for you.
And it's just absolutely gotta have it. If it's your birthday, that's one thing that has to happen.
Somebody saying happy birthday.
That's about it.
Acknowledge it.
This is just acknowledge. Don't let this day pass. You didn't say happy birthday to me. When you want to hurt my feelings, feelings just hurt. Okay, thank you again. Always supporting us. We so appreciate you. We are just honored that you continue to listen to us, listen to the show, Her Presence. So I am Andrea Wormley. My co-host here is Melissa Benson. And my co-host on the end of this couch is Kelli Moorer. Make sure that you always share. You are subscribing. We are on YouTube. We are on Spotify, Apple. We're on the major podcast platforms and also on social media. So if you hear something during our episodes that will help an individual or reach out or touch an individual, please make sure that you share with them. So this season, we are talking about the bags we carry. And so today, you know what? It was somebody's birthday. I'm not gonna say who. Somebody on this couch. Her birthday was this week. Actually, this month. Last week. This month, and I was thinking about that, and I was thinking about how birthdays actually represent a checkpoint or a time to take inventory. Um, Bags and purses are not something that you just hold on your shoulder, right? Um, they are emotional. It could be an emotional thing. It could be an emotional bag. It could be a mental bag. It could represent responsibility. I'll handle it bag. Um, and usually that comes in the years and in your age and as time moves forward in your journey in life, right? And so birthdays represent a checkpoint. So birthdays aren't just cake and candles. They're a pause. It should be. I think maybe we could start thinking like that when we're coming up on our birthdays, right? It's a pause, it's a reset button. It's a chance to look at the bags that we have or that we've been lugging around, and then you ask yourself, "Is this a keeper? Or is this something I really need? Does this really serve me?" When was the last time that you asked yourself that, right? And so if you have a birthday coming up, maybe you should ask yourself, what is serving me? What bag do I need to pick up to serve me better, right? And so I was also like thinking that some people they represent their birthday not just one day, but it's a whole month. And then Kelly, you were telling me you know some people who celebrate a whole year.
A whole year. I mean, a month was different.
what's
A whole
y'all's-
year.
What's y'all's thoughts on birthdays? We want to talk about birthdays on today. Thoughts on birthdays?
I guess it's me. I just had a birthday.
There you
Yeah,
go.
somebody just had a birthday.
I think as an adult, I probably now have more birthdays
Mm.
than I did as a child.
Like birthday parties.
Birthday parties, birthday gatherings. Um, Birthdays are really a blessing
Mm.
because no one's promised tomorrow. And so to be able to see another year when so many have not, that's something. That's pretty awesome, you know. Thank the Lord for that. Um, but I will say on a flip side, slight flip side, the last couple years have been a little hard for me.
Mm. Mm.
My mom passed away in 22, and she was the one that made sure as the family, we honored everyone for their birthday. That was a big thing for her. And so, since she, is no longer, here, yeah, it's another year and I'm grateful, but her presence is not here.
Mm-hmm.
And it makes it a little challenging. And if I could even take up some more time, I have really great friends. I've shared, how my birthday is a little different. Um, but since then, they have made sure my birthdays are honored. Um, it's been able to bring us together, and I'm not focusing on that. Um, so much as mom not being there, but I'm now able to have great fellowships with these beautiful women that are so important in my life. And I told them just this past weekend that they were liars, but it's not liars. They are secret. They're gatekeepers to secrets. Yeah, I'm not lying. They ain't lying. But they hold some secrets. But sorry, Melissa, but it was so refreshing. To be able to just spend time with them. Presents didn't need to be had, but I thank you. They're beautiful presents, but just the women that were there and the laughs that we had and the good times together. So, birthdays for me are a little different, but I'm also spoiled. I have really great friends, and they honor me and are very intentional on how they honor and show love. So that's my long story.
Hmm. You mentioned how birthdays are different for you, Kelly, and it's because, mom and that. And, if you think about a birthday being, if you come to think of your birthday as a reset, um, new memories, new things, right?
Right.
And when you were saying that, I was like, yeah. And I get to have new memories and I get to remember the memories,
Mm-hmm.
but I get to also, you know, um, this is a crossroad for me. And what do I want, moving forward? Yeah. What's your thoughts on that, Melissa?
I think to your birthdays, everyone's birthday means something different to them.
Mhm.
I think as you get older, your feelings about birthdays change. I know some people who, like you said, they gotta celebrate the whole month, and it's and I'm one of those, I'm very sentimental when it comes to my kids and making sure they have, it's kind of like, oh, she's going to do the most. Yes, I am, because I want that to be your moment where you're celebrated, you're
Mhm.
honored. And I enjoy that as well. I love, it's a moment just for you. Nothing else in this time and this moment matters. It's just all about you
Mhm.
celebrating the person that you are and that you're here with us another year.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think birthdays are really important. And then you talked about your kids. For me too. Um, um, my kids, both of them, um, the fact that they are here is a miracle.
Mm.
And so we're going to celebrate
Yeah.
each,
Yeah.
cycle of the sun when it
Mhm.
comes to you. And so what are we gonna do? And it's always like, what are you, like you said, we're doing the most. What are we gonna do? This and the other. And even like turning certain ages. Like
Yes.
you turn 21, we about to do this up. What we doing?
Mhm.
It's not gonna just be at the house with balloons and stuff. And
Mhm.
what we gonna do? So I have a question. So what part of you feels older each year? And what part feels unchanged? You know how people say, "Well, how do you feel?" The same.
Mhm.
Or is it the same? What
Mhm.
parts of you feel older when you think about each year that comes, and one part is unchanged? Anybody have an answer for that?
What's your answer?
Me?
Yeah.
Um, I feel like the thing that is, I don't know if I would say necessarily older, but maybe more mature
Right.
is wisdom,
Yes.
my understanding of things. If I had it to do over again with this knowledge that I have, I would have done this. Or I would do it the same way. Even with the knowledge I have, I would do it the same way. Um, just just understanding so many things, uh, from marriage to the relationship I have with my kids to, business
Yeah.
to, you name it, so that is more mature or older or more mature. The unchanged thing would be probably what I'm intentionally trying not to change is the way that I don't look my age. I'm hoping that that's unchanged. Bless jeans. Yeah, 'cause it's like, I hope them people, when I say this how old I am, people like, "What? I can't believe it." Yeah, let that stay unchanged. What about you guys?
I agree with you.
Yeah.
It's the wisdom. Um, I'm older. Uh, um, and I'm blessed to I like that I can also change.
Mhm.
I can go with the flow. Um, I am seeing things a lot more broad versus narrow. And I tell you, this generation, our children's generation, you're either going to stay stagnant or you're going to blossom and learn to adjust and sometimes to adapt to the changing world. So I'm just grateful that I've been able to. There are some things I'm glad I still have those same perspectives, those same um, thoughts, and but I'm glad that I've been able to grow.
Mhm.
To grow. Wisdom is very powerful.
Mhm. Mhm.
Mm.
What about you, Melissa?
For me, I think it's just, I think you guys have already discussed it, but it's appreciation
Mhm.
of another year,
Mhm.
because life is it truly is a gift. It's a gift. And being able to just appreciate the moment, appreciate the opportunity to see another birthday. and what that year is going to hold. And I always see it as a reset too. This is a new year, a new opportunity. This is for you to live your best life. I just always see it as you've been given another gift of a year. Now, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it?
That's good.
Okay. Rules of engagement. No, rules.
Uh-huh.
So in our other episode, you had mentioned rules. We were talking about purses, right? And what's in your purse. And you were saying, there are rules and, don't put your purse on the floor and all that. There are rules to asking someone their age. Like women, never ask. Is that how it goes? Never ask a woman
Her age?
her age.
Yeah.
How do y'all feel about that? Do you care? I don't.
Yeah.
I don't
Care
care.
about that.
I don't care. I think I get a kick out saying, yeah, I'm 52. What? Just watch their, like, yeah.
Yeah, I have to ask them, how old do you think I am?
Uh-huh. How do you think I am?
Really? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think I'll always be that way though. Not necessarily like to see your reaction, but how old are you? I'm 85, and this is how old I am and I'm still, I think for me also it's just even with the question about just what feels older and what is unchanged, I just want to stay active as long as possible. Yeah. As long I want that to not change, right? Um, there's a book that I read, and it was discussing uh, centurions, people who made it to 100, and how in this particular community, it was normal for people to be 100.
Wow.
And it talked about how active they were. Obviously it was diet and all this kind of stuff, and how active, and how also their mentality on life was just, you never retire is really not in their language. It's not a word in their language, right? But they do what comes natural, what their jam is. It's their hobby, so to speak, and they still may get streams of income from that. But as long as you're doing what you love to do and getting paid for it,
Right.
you never retire from that, because that's what you wake up doing. It's who God made you, right? And I thought that was really a good book, because I was like, yeah, I want to be active, I want to be good to my body, but I don't wanna be stressed out, and I feel like that's something that I do want to change, from now to then, I wanna continue to kinda release that bag of things that stress me out, and release that and understand and give myself permission that I don't really need that,
Right.
I yeah. What's your thoughts on that concept?
My husband is a huge sports fanatic, and I'm always amazed by what, but I'm always amazed when I see these sportscasters and they're like 85, 87. Well, I think we were watching one the other day, and the guy was finally retiring at like 87 years old, and I just thought,
Mm.
but it goes back to what you said of it wasn't really work.
Mhm.
His life, he enjoyed
Enjoyed it.
sports. He loved being in that environment. He loved the game. He loved, so really, I think when you get to that point in your life where you're just like, this ain't really work. This is my passion.
Mhm.
If you're in that state in your life where you are living your passion, to me, that's your best life. You purpose and passion. Boom.
Really.
Best
Yeah,
life.
wake
Best
up
life.
and you're like, "Mhm."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Living your best life.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's living your best life.
Mhm.
Living your best life doesn't necessarily mean there's going to be a retirement.
True. Depends on what you're doing.
And does it really need, because some of y'all, I'm gonna look at you. Some of y'all retired and then went right into something else, right? Like, who's retired? You up and and I mean, and I feel like that's good. I think that's wisdom. I think you should keep going. Never like get somewhere and sit down and that's all you do.
But think about it. With the military, you enter like at 20 years old or younger. It's a 20, yeah. You retire after 20, 30 years.
I retired from that.
Yeah, you're still in the prime of your life. That's yeah.
I dropped off that bag. I picked up this new one, right?
Now
Yeah.
I can really live my passion and not, requirements.
That's so funny. So I recently became a broker, real estate broker, and I was taking a class. And certain class, I don't know about y'all, but certain classes I can take online. Certain classes I need to be in. I need to be looking at you, just right. So this class, I didn't. They did offer. I believe they offered it online, but this class I wanted to be in the place because I really wanted to gain knowledge from those that have been in the game for a while,
Mm-hmm.
the crumbs from the masters. So went to the class, y'all. I was so surprised about the age of the brokers there. They were all older. I was trying to find out the best word to say. They were all they were elderly, okay?
Mature.
Not even mature. They were elderly. Okay. I was like, what is happening?
Wow.
And it just opened my eyes. I was like, this means that this step that I'm taking is one that does not have to be stressful. If you could see them, they were just like so lively and having a good time and all this kind of stuff. I said, okay, now I done walked into the promised land. Well, it's like, wow, okay. And then to be able to ask them questions and they are just freely giving you, oh, this is what you should do. And I want to know, how do you do this? And you make it very simple. I don't want to recreate the wheel. I want to know because I was like, okay, the legal part and I don't want to get in trouble with this. I don't want somebody else. But to look at them and to know that they are a walking SOP, a walking handbook. How do you do this and make it plain? So met so many different people, wrote down numbers and I'm a stickler about making sure that you have masters around you. Where is it that you want to go in life? You need to surround yourself with those types of people.
Yeah.
Because statistically, financially, you will make on average the amount of money on average that you have around you statistically. And it's not about the money for me, it's about the knowledge, right? I want that. And so to grab those crumbs that fall from the table. So when you're talking about the centurions and the older people and all that, they have so much wisdom.
Yeah.
How do you get to that age and you still working?
Yep.
And it's okay. And you smiling, you're having a good time,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Wow. Any other comments on that?
Mm.
Okay. When you think about beliefs, belief systems, things that you, just values or belief systems, um, even maybe about yourself,
Mm-hmm.
uh, what are some that you've outgrown? Golden calves that you, at some point in your life, kicked over and said that's not me anymore. What are some beliefs? Okay, I have one. That my house had to always be right. Yes, listen. I'm gonna tell you something. Now,
Yeah.
don't come over my house without me knowing. Back in the day. Don't come over my house without me knowing, knocking on the door, because I would be so stressed out about my house not looking the way I perceive it should be.
Mm.
For people, it's not ready to bring people. And I have a girlfriend who we would go over her house and all you feel was peace. It may not be just really straight, not, but we would hang and have such a good time. And I had to realize that some things are not that important, right? And it is not about the way that your house look. It's about the invite, or it's about the fellowship. It's about that. And so now I have to tell you, come on in. Yeah, push that over. You be all right. I've been meaning to clean up, but let me go over here walk through here. Once you sit at the table, girl, let me wash these dishes. So for me, I feel like that let out a lot of stress for me. But I do know that for my culture, the way we grew up in my family, you're supposed to do that. You're
Yeah.
supposed to make sure this is this and this is this and this is this. And there are layers of stress, I feel like, that we put on ourselves because of the perception of what we think it's supposed to be. So so that's me. What are some beliefs that you guys have that or had that you outgrown?
Melissa, what's yours? His head looking right at me. I'm sitting here still trying to think it. I mean, you actually took mine. Basically, the how. Which, thank goodness, you try to correlate your purse probably being the condition of your house.
Okay, I got another one. If y'all not ready, I do got another one. Okay.
Can we get some easy questions? I think hard. Oh, Melissa, every morning is I have to have I always have to have an answer. I don't know.
That's good though. That's good. You do always have an answer. That's good.
I like that one. What I've outgrown is I don't always have to have the answer.
That's exactly really good. Or just hand it over to somebody else.
You know it. I have another one if you don't know yet. Kennedy. Okay. So, we should rehearse these questions.
Right. So when I believe it or not, and I know when I say this, a lot of people are like, "What? I can't believe it." But when I was probably up through maybe 30, probably through 30, 31, I was extremely shy.
Mm.
Extremely shy. And
I would never have known that.
right. People say that, but I can't believe
I
it.
never share that.
I think I did, but you were still talking.
Okay, it probably was.
I was like that too, girl. But I was shy through 31, but I think it had the same thing to do with presentation. Just, feeling like I'm an imposter, or feeling like I am not efficient, or I'm lacking, something. Um, but then the things that God has put me through, and then starting my business, that has helped me with that, to realize that everybody else is just like me. Like, you going through that too,
Exactly.
when I first, so I have outgrown that and just became okay with who I am. Even if
Yeah.
I am flawed, it's okay. If you're going to talk about me, well, if it ain't that, it's going to be something else. I'm sure I'm going to give you something else to talk about. And just coming to terms with that. When I first started my bookkeeping business, I remember the first clients that would come into my office, right? So I had a cold caller, and she would call, and I told her I need to just set 2 appointments a week, da, da, da. And she was doing her thing, and so that means I get 2 appointments a week. And so the very first 2 that would come that first week, I'm looking all at their, because I wanted to know about them. So I'm looking at their website, and I'm so nervous. They're gonna come in here and they're gonna see, and it was a man. It was a man that was coming. Both of them were men. And I was like, they're gonna come and they're gonna see this Black woman. They're gonna come and they're gonna see woman. And then what if I don't make them feel like I'm the person for them and all this kind of stuff, I'm gonna feel really rejected and all this kind of stuff. Just whatever comes through your mind, which is why I actually wanted to look at their website so I can see how I can relate and know about what I can know about them, right? Just nervous. And I'm looking at them, and you know how your picture is just like, my gosh, so I'm all trying to get dressed that morning and, trying to look the part. And I come in there and I'm just like, ugh. So they come in looking like the website
Mm-hmm.
and they come and they sit down. And this guy says, and I say, I'm so glad that you're here and da 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 da. And I say, um, so I'm gonna tell you who because I'm trying to control the narrative.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna tell you who I am and what we do in a nutshell, and then I want you to tell me how we can support your business, right? So I say all that, and when I finish, this man looks at me and he just starts bawling. That's why I have tissue on my desk to this day. I need someone like you. I I feel so comfortable in here. And he's looking around and he's just like, oh, he's still my client.
Wow.
And like to see that and to see that, first of all, this is a ministry. God has you here for a reason. And to be able to speak to the tears, we finally got to what the problem was. Don't worry. I got you. I can take you across this bridge. This is what I'm here for. And so, yeah. And so, God, just those different little episodes and different things just helped me to realize it is you that's supposed to be out there, not some perception of what things are, right? So, that's something that has grown for me, or I've outgrown being shy because of presentation.
Yeah. For me, it's been that failure because I always had, oh, I've got to do it right. I've got to do this right. I've got to do it this way. Got to do it that way. That failure is not fatal
That part.
and it's not final.
Girl, get off the floor. Get up.
And it's like, oh my gosh, you can push through some things. And over time, I've learned that failure is actually fertilizer.
Right.
It's
Right.
fuel.
Yeah.
It's the thing that's going to push you because as many times as I've failed at something, it's taught me a lesson that's transformed me, has changed me, has pushed me forward, has made me refocus. So learning that, you don't learn it overnight, but with these birthdays and the changing of the time, you realize it was for your good.
Yeah.
It was for your good.
Yeah. That's good. That's good.
I like that, and I like both of your answers because I can definitely relate to those. The failure part is that's how you grow. That's how you learn.
Yes.
And it's also being in business, even in relationships. If it's always perfect,
Yeah.
then you don't have a measure.
Nope.
Like you, I'm still shocked about the shyness because we have but and I like what you said about the shyness is because I have to check myself at times because I'm still shy. People don't believe it. I know. I disguise it well. But I also have to say it again. Masquerade, masquerade. But I also have to, when I'm having the moments of checking my own self, I'm looking back at all the things that God got me through. And he was still there. He got me through it. I had to pray through, Lord, this is not comfortable for me, walk with me, guide me, and then it's over. And then people, oh my gosh, you were such a natural. And I'm thinking inside myself, if you only knew the jitters and the craziness, and I wanted to run out that door, what it took for me to just get through it.
Show up.
Oh to show up. And so and with God, sometimes he's just saying, show up. I got the rest. Sure, you just show up.
Come on. Yes.
So my story was one of the hospitals that I worked at, decided that they wanted their senior leaders to go through Toastmasters.
Mm.
Y'all know what Toastmasters
Mhm.
is? Learning how to give presentations. So a person that's shy, how do you think they're going to feel? Until it's your turn, And
Nervous.
some knew, this was not my wheel horse, but I also took comfort is that of the 25 of us that were in that room, 20 felt the same way that I felt. And so we were able to gain strength and camaraderie. Um, that was a 2.5, 3 month process.
Mm.
Do I still like to give presentations? No. But every time I think about it, you can do it because you did it.
Mm.
So don't keep thinking what you can't do. Let's reflect on what you have done successfully, or even if it wasn't successful, I'm still alive. People are still supporting me, and I'm learning through that as well. So, it's okay to be shy. You just don't let it suffocate and cause you to be stagnant.
Just push for it. I mean, they're real feelings. You just gotta. The real strength comes from just because you're shy doesn't mean you're not strong. So the real strength means just push through it, and if you can do that,
And you don't have to be perfect. You can see life. Life is so not perfect. Even the people we look up to, they're not perfect, and so quit making that your measure of success or measure of who your self-worth is, because that's not.
yeah,
Politics is not for the faint of hearts, and we have a lot of people that are not doing too well.
yeah. I think it's the comparison to others, and the comparison of what you feel like your identity was supposed to be. I think it's outgrowing the fake identity or the perceived identity, and just understanding what your true identity is.
Yeah.
Yeah. Something that you said, Kelly, for those people who are watching or that we are connected to that has had yet another birthday and they feel like they have wasted their life, what would you say to them?
They
They
feel like they.
who have wasted their life, or that they felt as though, or they feel at every time a birthday comes, it makes that checkpoint for them, makes them feel like they are they are not where they should be, that they have wasted their life, or that they had to um, let go of something that they wish that they didn't have to do, and they're kind of resentful about it. Um, what would you say to that person?
I would say this, that as long as you have breath in your lungs,
Girl.
you have the ability to start again.
Mhm.
It's not over. But you have to decide within you what makes, and we talk about that word happy. I'm over
Mhm.
happy. What makes you content? And you got to kill comparison. I cannot look at the other person or anyone else. It has to be finding who you really are. And honestly, I feel like you find who you are when you connect with your creator.
Mm.
You will never truly know your true purpose, what you're supposed to be doing. You will never have true contentment until you connect with the creator. When you do that, your life can be transformed. You can start over. You have an opportunity to do it again. And I don't care what you have done. I don't care. You can switch. You can change. I see people going back to school. I remember in nursing school, I had a fellow student who was 65 years old, a grandfather, starting a new career. And now he's doing everything in nursing politics. So he's
Enjoying his life.
transforming the world. So it's never too late.
Wow.
You don't give up on yourself because no one else has.
That part. I love. Don't give up on yourself, because you may not even understand that nobody else has given up on you, right? those that are in your corner, those that are sitting at the table with you,
Yeah.
those diamonds that are around you have not given up on you.
Have not.
Don't give up on your own self.
Yeah. And like Melissa said, as long as you have breath, is the opportunity to keep fighting through. Don't give up. Focus on the small wins.
Mhm.
Mhm.
They don't have to be big wins. Big wins are difficult sometimes. It's the small ones that you have overcome or thought that you could not do. Focus on that. Write stuff down, journal. I'm a vision board. That vision board is really powerful because once you write it down, now it's there.
Mhm.
Now it's there. Now it's requiring you to take an action. And also understand is that even with the vision board or what you're trying to do, it is not a quick fix. Some of these things can take you years to accomplish, depending on what that is. But just keep doing it. Just keep pressing
One
through.
foot in front of the other.
Cannot give up on yourself because people are rooting for you and they want to see you to succeed. And also lean on other people. I mean, sometimes you don't have the strength, but they can give you your friends can give you some wonderful ideas. Mentors are there to help you grow. So don't give up on yourself.
That's
Don't give
good.
up on yourself.
That's good. Don't give up on yourself. Make sure that you connect with God, your creator. He knows how he created you. He knows what your jam is, right?
Mhm.
Um, and when you were saying that and don't give up on yourself, when you guys were saying that, it made me think, so what, because I'm always like, well, what does that look like? What does that sound like? Y- Tell me, God, show me the success. Because sometimes you're so colorblind
Mhm.
to all the successes that you've had in your past that it's hard for you to recall it.
Yep.
So show me, Lord, what are my successes? What has happened in the past that I have been successful in?
Mhm.
And if you really are wanting to know, begin to listen because there are going to be things that start to come up.
Mhm.
And
Flash.
what is my purpose? He will begin to show you what your purpose has always been and how you have actively been in that purpose. Like that part, right? Because we're looking and comparing and looking at other people, that you're missing the fact that you already are moving actively in your purpose, not almost there, not at the edge. I'll be there one day, but you're already actively and you're so important. There's a reason why people are rooting for you because you are touching their lives already, right? You're connected with them already. And then there are these dreams that God has put into you.
Mhm.
And when you said lean on other people will begin to show you and tell you, then start doing it.
Yep.
See, like sometimes people will tell you stuff and you won't even do it. You'll say, that sounds good, and you're motivated, right? But you'll never do it. It'll be 2 years from now and be like, I still want to do that. Okay, but did you write it down and make it plain?
Right.
Me, I'll put it on the calendar. Like I said, if it's not on my calendar, I'm gonna tell you the truth. It's gonna be 2030. And if I'm still living, I'll be like, oh, that's right. I was supposed to do it. I got to put it on the calendar for it to wow. Or your vision board or journal it, or you are writing it down. You are making it so clear that you can make each step each day towards that thing. And I feel like, as opposed to sitting and saying, I don't feel like I am where I should be, once you start doing the things, the benchmarks, the movement, that in itself, you said the happiness is not really but that's where you find joy in the doing, in the journey. Um, so yeah, I think that's really important to know. Okay. Like, here she come with this next question.
Mhm.
If you could design your own birthday ritual, your own birthday from scratch, like, what you do, your, what is it called? What's another word for ritual? Routine or, tradition,
Oh, okay.
okay?
Okay.
If you could, uh design your own birthday tradition or routine from scratch, what would it look like? 'Cause
Got the answer for that one already.
I want to. You already know she been thinking.
Oh yeah, this is me all day. I want to wake up on my birthday with breakfast in bed with sweet
Y'all listening?
music playing.
Okay, family.
Look, they know. uh, I'm a flower girl. I love flowers. So it doesn't have to be any particular flowers, but sunflowers are my favorite. That I see flowers on that breakfast tray that's coming to me. And then I'm going to go. The next thing is I want to go to a spa all day. Massage.
Day spa.
Yes. Facial. Um, where you have the spring water and the mineral. Uh, okay. Look, y'all in my vision, right? Y'all.
Sitting right here. Passing you the lemonade. Here you go.
For me, that I want it to be just a relaxing day. Do the day at the spa. Then I finish with a beautiful dinner with everyone that I love. That's a good birthday for me.
Okay.
I don't have to have not one present, but the effort that you took to make the breakfast. I don't care if it's some toast and some jelly. We're good, but the effort,
Yeah.
the flowers, and then just a day to just relax. And then to get a chance to see everybody I love.
Yeah.
Like it. That sounds good. I like it. Shoot. But the least expensive is just okay. It's just my family and friends just getting together. At a restaurant, wherever, and just having a great time. No presents, no gifts, but just having a great time. You know, tons of laughs, memory lane conversations, just enjoying each other's company.
Yeah.
Okay.
They are
be
the
there.
present. That's the
Mhm.
present.
It's
just their present.
It's
Yeah.
their present.
Their present.
Now the other side is waking up again, family and friends in a different country on my birthday, or just having a great time. Food, wine, massage, but exploring. But again, it's the fellowship thing.
Yes.
It's just being with good people, enjoying each other's company, learning more about each other, learning more about the scenery that we're in, and it's just having a great time.
I would tell you for my 50th, we went to Hawaii yeah, for my 50th, we went to Hawaii and it was amazing.
I know it was.
My siblings, my parents, it was amazing.
Yeah.
It was amazing. I was like, my gosh, this is what I wanted everybody to do. We were all together. We experienced a luau together. We cut up together. I mean, it was just like that was like a good birthday. I'm like, man, that was a really good birthday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow. For me, I personally don't care what. I do like surprises. I like surprises, so that's always beautiful. But honestly, I'm very selfish in this. But from the time I wake up to the time I go to sleep, just be surrounded by family and friends. We don't have to do anything. Like literally, if I woke up in my house and I heard it could just be my husband and the kids. And from that point all the way to the evening, they were just there around me. Not in their room somewhere, but just around me. And we were doing something together. I'm good with that.
Yeah.
If I woke up and I heard my daddy in the house and I didn't know he was gonna be there, and I would be like, oh my God, that'd be the best birthday. Like just those kind of things. If my brother and his wife and my niece was there and just, hey, we're gonna do that. I don't care what we do,
Yeah.
as long as they are there, and that's like, you know, I think that would be my from scratch. In I say I don't ask for much, just for you to be there.
So Melissa mentioned her 50th,
Mm-hmm.
how that was a great birthday for her. What about your 50th?
My 50th, yes, so that was great too. I had a surprise party. So my husband, now to this day, I don't know if it was just him, but I don't know if it was just
I
him
think not. No, based on
and the kids, and I that was coming back on their cruise. Yes, this is true.
wow.
And we got ready, and he had a whole event place, and when I got there, it was filled with all my friends and and even friends and their husbands, that I haven't even met yet, and it was just really, really elegant, and it was just we had caterer, and the tables were just beautiful, and just then he had those that could not come. My dad, they were on virtual there,
I
it was just really
that's
he and everybody else who was a part of that, because I know he couldn't have done that by himself, right? It was just really great job. He did as such he did such a good job. So kudos, boo boo. So we have about probably 10 more minutes. And I have
I got
one.
one. I have a
Okay,
question.
go.
So, is there something that you have to have on your birthday? I mean, it is mandatory for me. And I'll say this is my husband's thing. Have to have cake. You have to have a birthday cake. He doesn't feel like his birthday is celebrated without a birthday cake. And for me, it's like, but that's just a special thing for him that you blow out the candles and people sing happy birthday. Do y'all have anything that is just absolutely the gotta have it? If it's your birthday, that's one thing that has to happen.
Somebody saying happy birthday.
That's about it.
Acknowledging
Just
it.
acknowledge.
This is just acknowledge. Don't let this day pass. You didn't say happy birthday to me. When you want to hurt my feelings. Oh, feelings just hurt. And went to bed and say, just sad.
Now, I wanted to add about my 50th. Because my 50th occurred during COVID.
Ooh. Ooh.
And I just met you,
Andrea. Oh,
and I had just met you. And Michaela and her dad. Remember we went to that restaurant?
yeah.
And all the ladies?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I
Oh, wow.
just came over in this organization too. So Michaela and her dad and Kaya was there. And a couple of other friends were instrumental for my 50th. And that was a surprise.
That's right.
That was a surprise. Michaela found out all my friends, and I guess some of you all reached out to her with other names. And so, yeah,
That was
to give my daughter and her dad, their props. And
yes.
So y'all went to a restaurant during COVID or?
yeah, well, COVID had just kicked off, so stuff was still open.
Oh.
It was smart in March.
Yeah.
And things were still open. But 2 weeks later, everything started to slowly shut down. So, yeah.
Yes, they did a very good job. Michaela was very instrumental in.
Mhm.
The cake was a sorority cake.
Nice.
It was a really
Oh, that's right, because we took a bunch of pictures.
Sure did. Sure did. Yeah.
Nice. Nice.
That's so sweet. Well, beautiful. Birthdays,
Birthday.
checkpoints,
Checkpoints.
resets, a redefining of yourself, a redefining of your identity, of who you really are, right?
And being fine with it.
Yep.
So, I would say, and then if you guys have any other takeaways for those that are listening, what would your younger self say or think about your older self today? What if your younger self was going to write down characteristics? What would they be? And what would you want them to be? And whatever those and, like, pick maybe 2 or 3 of those things, and then maybe hang them up or something and begin to speak that into your life. Like, speak life into that, you know? I love how I feel when I'm this way. I love the fact that I'm this way, and begin to walk that thing out. What about you guys?
I agree. And also just live in the moment.
Mm,
Don't make life too heavy that you can't live it.
that part.
Live your best life. And it's not about money, it's not about fame, it's not about stuff. It's just about being loved. Live your best life now. Because you mentioned it earlier. Tomorrow is not promised.
And stop comparing yourself to other people. This is your life.
Yeah.
Live and enjoy your life. You got this.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And if nobody else celebrates you, celebrate yourself.
Wait, yeah, that might be a traditional thing. I celebrate myself. I still want somebody to say happy birthday to you.
Girl, what's today's date? You forgot? Oh, okay. Begins with happy. Last part is birthday.
Well, thank you again for joining us. Continue to meet us here at Her Presence. Share, subscribe, and like. Thank you so much. See you next time.